Hi, everyone. It's been a little while since I've gone live because my sisters got married over the weekend. So, for those of you that didn't see my photos, I was lucky enough to facilitate the wedding ceremony for my sister and her now wife, Sasha. Hey there, Diana. So I was fortunate enough to be asked, and I did sort of offer to marry the two of them because I'm just so happy that they found each other. So it was a really great weekend, very stressful. If anybody wants to hear the stories, I feel like my sister and her wife should write a book with the drama that we encountered with the Airbnb that they had rented. But it honestly was absolutely stunning. Hey there, Erin. So that's not why I tuned in this morning. So as I was getting let me back up a second. So I have a mindfulness hack, right? So for those of you that haven't seen any of my workshops or experienced any of my stress relief strategies, hey there, Bob. I always share. I'm full and fair disclosure. I always share. I'm completely honest. If you've listened to my podcast, People, Trauma, and Stress Discussed, I am out there. With all of my stuff. Well, most of it. I mean, we still have boundaries, right? But I cannot add meditation to my to-do list. So on my list, my day is full. My top two competencies have always been time management and composure. If I add more things, sometimes I get really overwhelmed. And meditation is not meant to stress you out, right? So what meditation is, it's a mindfulness-based practice. So it's really just, I teach people that literally breathing in and breathing out and mindfully feeling what that feels like to yourself. Hey there, Kimmy, I was just talking about you, is actually a form of meditation. So you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to sit in the dark by yourself with your thoughts. You don't have to do anything guided. Hey there, Gail. But my mindfulness hack is that when I go to the gym, I turn the music off, I put both hands on the steering wheel, and then I drive and I walk myself through my drive. So I see two lines in the road, trees, so on and so forth. Today I drove to the gym with my husband, so we didn't have that opportunity. But while I was walking my dog, I chose to practice my mindfulness. So I don't know if any of you, or for those of you rather that live in Southern New Hampshire, we had like a monsoon last night. So my sleep was definitely disrupted. There was high winds, downpours, torrential downpouring rain. And so the leaves, like there's leaves all over the ground. There's leaves, pine needles, that sort of thing. And so thanks, Bob, you too. So when I walked my dog this morning, I was mindful in my walk, right? So I saw the cracks in the road. I felt the wind on my skin. I took notice of the colors of the leaves, so on and so forth. You get the point. But what I did want to notice and what I did want to share was the trees. So some of the trees still had leaves on them and they're green, right? That means they're still thriving, they're still growing, that sort of thing. But then there's these three trees. When I'm walking down the main street in my development on the left, when I'm walking down, there's three trees that have had this vibrant red leaf on them, like all leaves all over them. Stunning, like the color of the She Built This logo. If anybody's familiar with the group She Built This, it's the other podcast that I'm on, and it's God, they have a hat, and then we have there's like a purpley red color, and I love it. It's so stunning. Every time I see them, I'm just like, it like makes me love where I live, right? Like that is why we live in New England. And today they were down. Today they were on the ground, and those trees were bare. So monsoon came in and tore those leaves off of the trees. And what it made me think of was how grateful I was that they were there in the first place. And then, of course, I get a little philosophical, right? And I go a step further, and I think, how often in life do we have an event happen to us, like a monsoon, that rattles us and shakes our leaves off, right? And we're damaged for now, right? We're bare, we feel vulnerable, we're all out there, the leaves are on the ground, and we have to pick ourselves up and we have to grow again, right? That's sort of what happens to trees, and that's what happens to us, or it should happen to us. So it got me thinking about just life in general, and thinking about how sometimes we get knocked down, but we need to get up again. And yes, you're probably going to think of that really fun 90s song, but it's so true. So I encourage you to think about, and Emily Aborn actually posted today, I love you too, Gail. See, you noticed it too. We had them yesterday. Yesterday was a beautiful fall day and we had trees that had leaves of color on them, right? And then today, now they're down on the ground. And it's really like we had that moment. It was really important that we noticed that. And if we're not mindful and we don't notice those leaves, they're gone. So it's the same with life. If you don't live life in the moment, you're missing out on some really exciting stuff. There's some really great stuff there. And there are times where there's monsoons and you feel so overwhelmed that you just don't want to do it anymore. I've been there. Recently, I've been there. But you need to be able to pick yourself back up again. And that takes practice and time. So go easy on yourself, but be grateful for what you have. So that's my little wisdom nuggets today. I had to share it with the world because that's what I do. I'm getting ready to host my first Pepper Lane Boost out in Londonderry today. For those of you that don't know what Pepper Lane is, it is a mompreneur support, networking group. You don't have to be a mom to join. However, you have to be a supporter of moms for sure. So I launched the Londonderry chapter, and today is the first official meeting. And Gail Craft, who's actually on my Facebook Live right now, will be there, which is really great. We'll have another one in November, and then we're skipping December. We'll have one in January, but there will be more information. I think it's November 21st at the co-working space in Londonderry if you didn't get to make this one. But either way, it's going to be a great day. So I hope you all have a great day as well. And again, take notice of those little things that you never noticed before. Live in the moment, be present, because they might not be there tomorrow. I'll talk to y'all very soon. Thank you.